What up, people? What's up? Me, L Teddy 27, and we here again. Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, Season 6, Episode 2. Okay? Now, I told y'all last week, dear God, Mona, we already up to our regular fuck shit and fuckery, Mona. Now, I told y'all last week, do not let Mona and her expert brand of fuckery with regard to this season on Love and Hip Hop blank fool you, because they always gonna show you all this great stuff and then they're gonna give you fuckery afterwards. We start off this week where we left off last week. Last week, we left off April Moniece. And Moniece is about to, it feels like Moniece is about to go to Moniece and turn up. But I should have known that it wasn't going to go that way. Because if you follow Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, you know when Moniece is about to turn up, that whore gets quiet. She don't be doing all that talking. When she about to drag your ass, that bitch gets real quiet. And she just be sitting like this, waiting for the opportunity. And then she just snatch a bitch. And so she was doing way too much talking. And I should have known. Because then they're at the table and Moniece has this kumbaya, happy, sappy, touchy-feely. Oh, why can't we be friends? Girl, I'm not here for these whores to be all happy. I am not here for these whores to be loving on each other. I'm here for the dragon, okay? I'm here for bitches that hand out drug problems and have bitches being drugged up and down the city of Hollywood, Los Angeles. But that ain't happened. These hoes hugging it out and shit. This is fucking Love and Hip Hop, okay? Not Iyanla Fix My Life. Okay? I mean, I don't watch Jerry Springer to see bitches kissing and hugging and making up. I go to Oprah for that. I don't go to Love and Hip Hop to see whores. Oh, I don't want to be mad with you. Oh, I don't want to fight. All of these kumbaya moments. Mona, that's not why we're here. Do not bastardize Love and Hip Hop Hollywood like you just bastardized Love and Hip Hop Atlanta. Girl. Bruh. Anyway, I think Mona forgot that this is Love and Hip Hop. Whatever. Moving on. We next see Apple Watts. Finally, this is the first time we done seen her this season. She gives us an update on her son, and we see she's on her way somewhere. Tells us that her oldest son is had to move in with her sister because he was getting into too much trouble in the Los Angeles streets. And excuse me, let me get up on my soapbox and come up out of the ratchetness of Love and Hip Hop and just say this, and I'll be back to the ratchetness in just a second. The shit that kills me about these, struggle ass parents that you have on a show like this is they're more concerned with their own personal gain and their own, quote unquote, attempts to rise to fame than they are about taking care of the children that were involuntarily brought into this world by these people. Because Apple Watts, if you got a child, you need to be raising said child. That is not your sister's responsibility to raise that child. And if the streets of Los Angeles are too much for him, no, he doesn't need to go. You need to go with him because it is your responsibility to raise him. Just like it was your responsibility to wear a condom or get an ID inserted into you or get the shot or get something or swallow those babies, as opposed to letting them go up in your cooch and have them be born into this world if you didn't want to take care of them. I'm just saying. If you can't take care of them, you shouldn't have had them. I mean, Michael Jackson. What song was that by Michael Jackson when he said oh yeah, wanna be starting something. Michael Jackson said greatest line in one of his songs. If you can't feed your baby, then don't have a baby. Come on now, we all know the words of wanna be starting something. If you can't feed your baby, then don't have a baby. I'm just saying. Anyway, let me get up off this soapbox. She ain't raising all her kids. The ones she do got, she raising up in the hood. I can't call her the gutter snipe right about the hood because Akbar V already has laid claims to that moniker, the gutter snipe right about the hood. Anyway, she ends up making her way over to Yo-Yo's School of Hip Hop or whatnot. And I really like what Yo-Yo's doing here, being there for the next generation of hip hop musician. And I really feel like with Yo-Yo coming from the time period when rap was really rap, when you really had to be a lyricist, when you really had to be in tune with the music as well as in tune with your lyrics and having stage presence and knowing what the business of music was. I really like that she has this school and she's there with Kurupt. And if you know anything about Kurupt, Kurupt is a great rapper to me. I really feel like Kurupt did not rise to fame like he was. Like he was on a few people's hits, but he didn't make it big. But Kurupt really was a great lyricist for me. I always like Kurupt, so he's there with her. Apple Watch shows up, and Yo-Yo gives her a shout out and whatnot, and Apple Watch gets some good motherly advice, big sister motherly advice from Yo-Yo. More so than that trick from last season, I can't even remember her name, gave her when she was trying to be her manager. Anyway, so I really like, based on this episode, the role that Yo-Yo is going to play. I really like her thus far. We'll see. Then we have Lyrica Princess and Sia, Lyrica's friend. They're I don't know where they are, but they're somewhere talking. Lyrica's talking about the issues she's got going on with A1. She done blocked A1. And while she's trying to figure out. And I don't understand how I'm not even like this with someone that I'm dating, like a boyfriend or girlfriend or whatever. I don't think that that lines of communication should be closed on that level if you're in a committed relationship. Much less you're talking about you a whole ass married. Because when you're a whole ass married to someone, that's a whole different level. And at no point should my spouse be telling me that they've blocked me from being able to call them. I don't give a shit how mad you get. I don't give a fuck how much we got going on. Richer, poor, good, bad, in between, all of that, sickness, health, good, bad, and ugly. I'm just saying. And this goes to further the notion that these two people were never equally yoked. These two people were never in a real marriage. This was a marriage of convenience. This was a marriage of, okay, we're going to do this for the cameras. This is a marriage for the purpose of each one individually feeling like they were going to be able to come up off the other one. And they did. And so now that each one of them feel like they done came up enough and that they don't need to be bothered with the other one no more. Look what's happening. Just saying. Moving on. Um, she's trying to figure out what she's going to do, and so she's blocking A1 until that point. Princess then admits that Ray J either cheated on her or was in the process of trying to cheat on her when she was pregnant, so forth, and she starts crying, and Lyrica starts crying. All this crying and stuff. Child, I just don't be here for all this crying. I'm just saying. I just don't be here for it. And her girlfriend, her friend girl, whatever you want to call the Sia chick, Lyrica's friend, she don't seem like someone who's there to give good advice anyway. Cause she's telling her, oh, we need to roll up on one of his, stage, or I mean, one of his performances or one of his stops on the tour and roll up on him and start some drama. If I got a friend that tells me that, then we're gonna cease from being friends because you're not giving me good advice. Um, she then talks about the fact that she lost who she was, trying to basically trying to appease A1. First of all, I gotta take a sip on this. A1 has money since we've seen him on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood, okay? And generally, someone who has money can fix themselves up. They look a little nicer. Money can do some good things for people who are ugly as fuck. So if you're telling me that this is the best version of A1 that we can get, the A1 that has a piece of change, that have a little coinage, and that's the best you can do, and you want to get with this motherfucker, child, I question the legitimacy of your choicing skills, Lyrica. He's not easy on the eyes. You should have known that looking at his mama, because Pam is not easy on the eyes either, honey. And I know you a whole ass upset that that poor child that you done popped up out your coochie looks just like his ugly ass grandma and his ugly ass daddy. Child, I'm just saying, honey. It was all about the come up. I told y'all what it was. Um, Whatever. Moving on from that, because I really think at this point, and definitely during previous season, they were just trying to prove that to the general public that this was a legitimate relationship when we all knew from the beginning that A1 was cheating on her left, right, and sideways. Whatever. April and Moniece then go to April. April goes to the studio to meet Moniece. Moniece talks about having her own tour. What the fuck does that mean? So when we start doing that, y'all know what? Y'all buy tickets to my tour because next week I'm starting my own tour if y'all need me to. All monies should go to my Cash App, $ DRBINGOW. There's my Cash App. You can send money that way to me if you want to get tickets to this tour. Dear God. Talk about she wants to have small and intimate settings. Bitch, you don't have music. Where's your music? What song are you going to sing? Like, make y'all hold on, y'all. I'm trying. I'm trying to get it together. Just like she's trying to find a song to sing on this tour. Girl. Sit your ass the fuck down somewhere, Moniece, because I just can't. April, the one thing that I can say that was smart about April, and the only thing smart about April, is her realizing that this kumbaya moment with Moniece is probably going to be very short-lived. But two basic bitches like a Moniece and an April, two whores that have never collectively made anything of any musical quality, thinking that they're going to go on tour somewhere For what? Really? And April, you bought that? You legitimately got in your confessional stating, oh, it might be a good idea to go on tour with April. I mean, with Moniece. Really? I can't. I can't. You I have to add April Jones to the long list of members of Love and Hip Hop who are members of the double digit IQ score team. Okay? Because that bitch is dumb as fuck. Moving on. Yo-Yo's back at her school of hip hop, and I guess she got some building or something donated to her or whatever. Mr. Ray and Apple shows up, and they talked about and she was helping. They were supposed to help her, I guess set up this area that she had got donated to her school of hip hop. Can I say something, Mr. Ray? If you gonna stroll your ugly ass across my motherfucking television screen, can you at least mix in a Spanx or something so your ass don't look about 8 months pregnant? I mean, I know you big and all, and I ain't trying to body shame or nothing like that, but bitch, you knew you were gonna be on this television. You knew the cameras were there, and you strolled your big ass the fuck out there with all that shit hanging out. At least mix in a shirt that tries to hide all that you got going on up under it. Because that shit looks nasty as fuck. Mix in some Spanx, okay? Or something. Some body shaping or contouring or something to make you look. Whatever. Moving on. Summer Bunny then rolls through there. This Apple comes straight out and calls this whore out. Hey, bitch, ain't you the one that was sleeping with fucking A1? You stupid fucking skank whore bitch. Skank-dacious ass whore. And yes, I just made that, I didn't just make that up. That's a term that I have coined over the years. Skank-dacious. You can use it if you wish. I will gift that to some of you, skank-dacious, because it applies to a lot of people. But she's a whole ass skank-dacious ass whore. Then this whore starts crying. Bitch, if you gonna jump on every dick across LA, bitch, you need to live in your shit. You weren't crying when they dicks was rolling off in you. So ain't no use in you crying when bitches are calling you out for your bullshit. And now all of a sudden you want a bitch to have sympathy. Oh, you're going to try and play the sympathy card on Love and Hip Hop Hollywood? No whore, no bitch. We're not here for it. We're not here for you and your tears. Nobody cares. Bitch, you can cry blood. A bitch do not care. A bitch just can't. I wish I had my ABCs behind me like I do on some of my videos, because I would just say A, B, C. A bitch just can't. A bitch can't give a fuck. Anyway, moving on. K. Michelle. We see her. She's having this listening party to her new R&B album. We really didn't hear a whole lot. Brittany B is there. Moniece is there. April is there. And so afterwards, Brittany B is there and she gets introduced by Moniece. I think, yeah, Moniece too. April introduces, Moniece introduces April to Brittany B. And April is a whole delusional ass whore, because I'm not saying Brittany B is the biggest person in the world, but if you call yourself trying to have a credible music career, anytime you see anybody that tells you they work A&R at anybody's backyard record label, you trying to get put on. You trying to be like, hey, how you doing? What can I do to get up, in your good graces to try and get put on? This whore is acting like she's the second coming of Whitney Houston or Mariah Carey or Celine Dion. Like she got a voice like that. That's not my father fuckback moment, but it almost took me there. Child, she's delusional as hell. The only thing that I took from this whole scene is in this whole scene, K. Michelle was in the motherfucking confessionals going the fuck in. Bitch, If they could give me a whole hour of this K Michelle that we see in the motherfucking confessional, going the fuck off for the old, the new, the past, the present, the beginning, the end, the first and the last, the alpha to the omega, the genesis to the motherfucking revelations. Okay. That bitch was giving life and she was handing life out abundantly. I got life eternal from that whore. K Michelle gave all kinds of life in the confessional. I don't even need to commentate on this shit. You just go back and watch the show and listen to K Michelle, because she spelled it all out for you. That whore was going in. She told them two whores, talk about they going on tour with each other. She said, what tour? Girl. Girl, K Michelle went off for the older dude. I was here for her. Child, I was here for her. Anyway, but Moniece was still on this kumbaya. I need to be all nice and happy-go-lucky and nice to April. We're not here for this, Moniece, okay? We're not here for this version of you, Moniece. And if you're going to be like this the whole season, please let this be your last season and exit stage left, okay? Because we're not here for you. Brittany B is then at the studio with Blac Chyna. Please make me give a damn. Make me give a damn. Make me find a fuck to give about them in the studio. Whatever. Moving on. K Michelle is at the doctor's office. I told y'all earlier, last episode's review, I don't give a fuck about her whole surrogacy shit. We're moving on from that shit. We did have Fizz is at April's house. And this, ladies and gentlemen, is where we were given our hashtag FTFB moment. Now, for those of you who did not catch my Love and Hip Hop Atlanta reviews, I explained then that every episode of Love and Hip Hop, no matter which episode or which iteration of it, has what we call a hashtag FTFB moment, which stands for fall the fuck back. Because a bitch is gonna do some shit that makes you say to them, bitch, fall the fuck back. And that was given to us here. So Fizz goes over to April's house. Lord. They have this whole thing. I really didn't care. The only thing that gave me pause and made my ears say, wait, what? Is when April introduced this notion, because Fizz brought up something about, I forgot who he said moved in with somebody because they were friends. And then he was like, yeah, because I should move in with you. And she was like, well, yeah. Because y'all should move in with each other. And you really trying to still, and both of you stupid, ignorant ass fucks think that we're the dumbest people on earth and think that y'all are not fucking and living with each other. And now you're entertaining the fact that, I mean, because Omarion has introduced into legal court that you and Fizz are having whole ass relationships, and you think it's a good idea for you to be saying, oh yeah, why don't you move in with me? Because that's going to help you out. This just proves to me my point that you don't care about taking care of your kids. You care more about trying to have a come up, which is why you went from Omarion to Fizz, and once she dated somebody else who she thought was famous, bitch, if you don't fall your ass the fuck back, April Jones, fall all the way the fuck back, bitch, take it back, hoe, run it back, bitch, you're a whole ass whore. You are a whole ass whore. A whole ass skank-dacious ass whore, bitch, okay? Take it back, hoe, run it back, bitch. I'm not here for her. It's 2 episodes in, and she's unsalvageable. There's nothing about her that's going to make me like her, okay? Nothing about April Jones that will make me like her. Because if you are throwing around this notion of having Lil Fizz move in with you, and you really... And then in the same breath, I trying to sell to people that y'all are not dating. Girl, if you don't sit your ass the fuck down somewhere, if you don't fall your ass the fuck all the way back. Let me move on. That was our hashtag FTFB moment. I fall the fuck back moment. Cause that bitch got to think we the dumbest bitches on earth. Anyway, the last scene was Mr. Ray had this party. He got some job somewhere doing something for somebody, whatever. I don't know how y'all keep giving this bitch jobs, but whatever. Anyway, Summer Bunny is there. She rolls up in there talking about, is Apple coming? I hope she not coming. Which let me know Apple was gonna find her way up in there, because that's how Mona rolls. This bitch starts crying again. Talk about how people are talking about her. Girl, girl, girl. Nobody cares about your little tears. You wasn't crying when you were on the dick. I mean, one can say that those people who are professional givers of fellatio knows that there are moments that you get with really large members where when you suck on it and you go all the way down because you don't have a gag reflex, because when your esophageal sphincter opens, all sphincters in your body want to simultaneously open at the same time. Esophageal, anal sphincter, your sphincters and your tear ducts, and all other sphincters want to open at the same time, which then, because you are deep throating, your esophageal sphincter opens, your tear duct sphincters open, and it does sometimes cause a tear to come down your eyes because the penis is so big that it causes that to happen. But let me come up off my anatomy and physiology lesson there. That is the only time that you should have been shedding a tear. Because, bitch, you wasn't shedding a tear when you was jumping on the dick. I promise you, you probably wasn't. But whatever. Moving on. Yo-Yo then is there. Yo-Yo tries to give her some good advice about trying to make it through the music industry in Hollywood. She ain't really trying to hear it. You could tell she ain't trying to hear it. Ray J shows up with Princess. And Ray J, y'all know Ray J is messy as fuck. He done been messy since he been on this show. We all know that. Going way back with Ray J. He came right up in there and was messy as fuck. Like, he's a real punk. He's a real got. And what is a got? I'm glad you asked. As a member of the LGBTQIA community, I can use this term, and I don't care, because you're going to be mad, because I can use it, because I know what it feels like to be on both sides of this word, good and bad. The term got, let me educate you, is the term that me and my friends have because we don't like the term faggot. And sometimes we call people faggot. And we shorten that term faggot to mean to just got. So we term Ray J a got because he has the actions and tendencies and attributes of a got. He's messy as hell. He's a whole fembot in his messiness, okay? He came right on out there. Don't you know A1? AJ girl. Child, he's a whole ass got. Anyway, after that, who shows up? Apple with Lyrica in hand. And the show goes off right there. So you know it's going to be so, hopefully, because we thought it was going to be some shit at the beginning of this episode, and it wasn't shit going on. So we hope and pray that Mona gives us something next episode at the beginning, because it went off right there. That was Love and Hip Hop, Season 6, Episode 2. Let's hope next episode is a little better. That's all I got for y'all this week. I had fun with y'all again. Y'all come back. I'll be back tomorrow with Pose. I will be back Wednesday with 2 reviews. We will have Queen Sugar, and we will have a new show that I'm reviewing, David Makes Man. Look out for it. We'll be back. That's all I got for y'all. Thank y'all for coming. Y'all drive safely.